Good and bad news for the Orville. Hey, this is Tom with Tom's Tech Show. Holy crap. My hair's all crazy today. I've been out working on the cars, trying to get things. You got to do that 100,000 mile maintenance. You know, your car passes 100,000 miles and everything just starts going wrong. But lucky, I can fix it. So, and I encourage everybody to learn how to fix your own car, because you can do it. A lot of good channels out there. Chris Fix, Scotty Kilmer, that can help you fix your car and keep it running. Some simple things you can do all the time, like never take your car to a bloody lube place, because wow, that's the worst thing you can do for your car. Learn how to do it yourself. Anyway, that's my self-help thing for the day. That's, you know, my motivation, get you charged up, keeping your car work, because you need to do that right now, because you can't buy a used one right now, because holy cow, have you seen prices? My gosh. All right, well, anyway, so the Orville tweeted out, and Seth MacFarlane tweeted out, that here the Orville New Horizons will now arrive on June 2nd. Many month delay. They're saying that it's because of COVID and delays, that causing delays in production and all that. So they do, as the Orville often does, and Tom Constantino and all the people, you know, that are working in and around and producing and writing and directing, they tweet out and give us extra things. So they give us this one extra behind the scenes, which is just completely amazing. It's part of this shot up here where I've paused it, where he's running through this corridor and everything's exploding around him. And this is they're moving the camera dolly across, and you can see all of this wood cutout stuff where all the different pieces are outside, that, you know, creating the lighting and everything else inside. But the effect up in the corner here is, you know, with regular ship stuff. So they add that in digitally later and stuff, and just what they go through, you know, to make this shot, just this dolly going across and him running through there. I mean, look, just the set, how much they put in to just that piece of the set. I mean, that for that shot, I mean, that's, you know, they said it was going to be epic and be huge and everything else. So we also have this video that they posted, that's kind of a snippet, and it just, I mean, it's battle. Like, we come out here, we're immediately in a battle. So this looks kind of like, you know, similar to the battle that we had in Identity Part 1 and Part 2. But we've got all the different ships. I think this is probably going to be, I don't know if this will be the first episode. I would think this would be more towards the end, the climax kind of, you know, this is it. You know, everything builds through the 10 or 11 episodes that they're going to do all the way to this point. I don't know that they would do this right away, right? I mean, that I think you would want little snippets and bits to come through the, you know, the timeline, you know, and events and everything coming through. So you've got all kinds of different ships and everything, things blowing up, the little fighters, and looks like little Planetary Union fighters and stuff now that we're seeing. And stuff that's pretty cool. Those little fighters following them. Then you've got other, you know, different class of ships here, and yeah, it's so exciting. I mean, now crashing into the moon. I mean, just the effects on that, I mean, are just amazing. You know, that they're putting this much into it. I mean, that, I don't know how long the render for that has to go. I mean, that's all the different pieces and stuff, and this yeah. Then did you see what they did here? I mean, they cut, so they're here, and you're going along, and then they come in and they cut right into the inside of the ship in one panning motion. That's just, you know, syncing that and getting that together. That's just awesome. And then here's the shot where he's running through, you know, this area that's blowing up, and you had the, you know, camera dolly on the outside. There's a camera dolly bit on the inside and stuff. So things are going to get hairy. I mean, things are going to get real. I mean, this is, you know, first contact, you know, level stuff. So yeah, just amazing. it continues on. More problems as the elevator crashes around. He's getting out. Elevator falls. Now there was and here's this shot where he's running down the corridor from that one dolly behind the scenes shot. Now the elevator falling, I mean, that's almost kind of like there was a Next Generation episode where they were stuck in some elevators and the elevators, fell at one point. I don't know if that's a callback to that or just, a happenstance that it's kind of the same. So there's the dolly, moving across there. And so just for that little shot, I mean, that was just like only, a few seconds. And they did that whole setup and stuff with him running through there. Just crazy. This part gets quite hairy because the outer hull breaks and there's a breach. And so he's trying to hang on to get in there and climbing in there. Just and to have these kids, do this kind of action, you would expect, the main characters and stuff in the show to be all in on the action and being all that, but having him, do the, some of this action like that to get to his brother and stuff is just pretty amazing. Seeing what's going on and stuff, yeah. And of course, Isaac shows up, and then off we go. Not really a good thing for Isaac. So then we have a whole. This is the opening sequence, and it's different. It's a lot of added things. So we have these little tiny little new shuttles here, and it says Hulu presents instead of being on Fox, of course. Then we've got a bigger space dock and everything else with a lot of these little new harder lines on the shuttle. They're not as curved, right? They got some more harder edges on them and stuff rather than being all smooth, ones like the Orville had. So yeah, very, very cool. And here's the ship and the New Horizons title on the logo. So. And I don't really remember this piece right here that's sticking up. I don't really remember that on the old ship. That might be a new thing. I'll have to go back and look and see if that was on there or not. That might be an addition. And then we've got these big magnetic clamps that hold it, and then it takes off from the starbase and heads out. And of course, we've got Penny Johnson-Gerald coming back, of course, and Scott Grimes, one of my favorites, obviously, and Peter Macon still, and then Jessica Zora also coming back, very good, and Jay Lee. His Twitter is so great. I mean, I love watching his Twitter. He's so upbeat. He's so on it. And then Mark Jackson, of course, is Isaac, and then we have new character Ann Winters as Ensign Charlie Burke, who's taking over, the helm or navigation or whatever side in the front of the ship. Should be a good addition to the crew. And yeah, so I'm upset that it's going to take a little while to get there, to, get to see this show. But like's been going on Twitter, everywhere on Twitter that we've seen, is people are still just pumped. People are still excited. I mean, as if they keep dropping, the key to it all is to keep dropping these little tidbits, which they do all the time. Little extra things. I mean, they had I think they dropped I think Tom Constantino dropped a audio track of the engine sound of the Orville that's an hour long that you could just play. Right? I mean, I have tinnitus, and sometimes I'm sitting at my desk and I just need some noise, so I'll turn that on and just have that engine rumble, just sitting there, and it helps, with my tinnitus and stuff to keep the ringing from, being too bad. So, it's, therapeutic and everything else. So, yes, good and bad news, but the show is still coming, and we'll have to everybody reset your countdown clocks add a couple of months, but still very excited. Very, very excited. Can't wait for the show just to see, just that behind the scenes thing and that little bit that they've shown. They're going all out. I mean, this is going to be like a movie every week that this thing is released, and it's just going to be amazing, amazing. Thank you, the Orville, for dropping that and sending that to all of his fans. Just continue. I go back and rewatch shows, all the time. Like Majority Rule. I can't, that show just is so pertinent. I mean, I thought it was very pertinent and good back when it would air a few years ago, but even today, it's even more, applicable to things going on in cancel culture and social media and things like that. So, all right. Well, that's it for today. Are you excited about the Orville? Comment down below, and please subscribe to my channel. A lot of people come here and watch my videos and aren't subscribed. Subscribing helps, when I release new videos, for you to know when they're out there. And you're obviously here liking it all the way and watching to this part. So go ahead and subscribe if you've gotten all the way here. And if you want something a little more grittier, hard-hitting news, politics kind of thing, go to Tom's Talk Show, and then that's what we're doing over there. I got out of YouTube jail for a week, so I can now post back over there again. So thanks, everybody. Take care.